Hi, good afternoon. We're here with Attorney Tony Lavinia, who is an environmentalist, an all-around lawyer, and does everything. And we'd like to ask him, how did you find the forum?
No, I thought it was very engaging and quite. I mean, all the issues really came out. I mean, what I didn't like were the ad hominem attacks, especially against Ms. Gina Lopez, completely uncalled for. But other than that, when you look at the issues that were discussed, they are the right issues. It's about environmental damage. It's about revenue sharing and the right revenue sharing. And I actually saw some possibility of moving forward in this issue, in what Mr. Christian Monsod said, and in what Mr. Pangilinan actually said. I mean, Mr. Pangilinan was very open, accepted the problems of the industry, and then proposed very concrete solutions, like no conflict of interest within the DENR by separating MGB from EMB, making sure the taxes are revenues better divided and actually goes to local governments. I thought that was good. Mr. Monsod was also very clear about how the conditions under which responsible mining could be done. I did find Ms. Lopez perspective, particularly on biodiversity, very important. There has to be no-go areas like Palawan for mining. There has to be for responsible mining to move forward.
Moving forward, though, how do you think this will affect policy?
Um, well, we're waiting for the EO, and we're hoping that the EO truly would be a game changer for the environment, for revenue distribution, will make responsible mining possible. That EO will not change everything, right? I mean, in the industry, in this field, in this economic sector. But if if even half of what they say will be there, like changing the way we grant rights, mining rights, stricter environmental rules, in half of that, I think we will have made progress. So I look forward, and I think there were regulators here, there were policy people here. Listen. By the way, I want to add, the other very important voice here was the chairman of the National Commission on Indigenous Peoples, Briggs Powell, a very powerful voice, and she should be heard. Indigenous people should be heard on this issue.
All right. Thank you. Okay. We'll try to get more interviewees for you. We'll be right back in a while.
How long is this take? 'Cause I need
Just 2 minutes.
2 minutes.
Yeah.
Let me give you a card. Is this live? Two cards. Senor,
Hi, we're back. We're with Mr. Leo Dominguez. He provides legal advice to different mining groups, and would like to ask him what he thinks of what happened today at this mining forum, this very animated mining forum.
I think this is long in coming. I think this is has been a wonderful opportunity to have, of course, the issues. They know what each other's issues are, but to get the public to get to listen to them firsthand and to really see for themselves, rather than just read in the press what one side says about its other's issues. But to see in the flesh the protagonists, if you will, in the debate about whether or not we should go ahead with mining. To see that was, I think, an excellent experience for everyone, and I think people are going to go back with better views on the issues, having actually seen and heard the main mouthpieces of those issues actually articulate their views today.
Being pro-mining, how do you think your side of the debate performed today?
I'd like to say I'm pro-responsible mining, okay? Because there's the other kind of mining as well. Your question was how did it turn out? I thought, I think I'm being fair here, but I thought that the pro-mining issues were discussed and presented very well today. And I also thought that the anti-mining views were presented quite well. But in the end, when you try to measure what each side was saying, I think that the pro-mining arguments won the day.
Why did you say that?
I thought they were better argued. It was much clearer.
Of course, we're also interested about the outcome of the final mining EO that's coming out. Do you think what happened today will have an impact on that?
I don't know whether what happened today is going to actually affect the discussion or at least the preparation of the EO. No, that's already in place. That has had some consultations. I don't think that today was the consultation that the government needs to make to come out with a rational approach to the EO. I think what should happen is that more consultation should take place, because some have already happened, but and I think there was some allusion to that already from the chamber president, and he said, you gave industry 2 hours and you gave the anti-mining group 18 hours. What's that? Okay, I think I wasn't aware that there was such a disparity in the hours being given to each side. But if in fact that is true, then I think the industry needs a fair shake and should be given more opportunity to be heard, and their views seriously considered in the preparation and outcome of the EO. The EO is going to have very serious effects on the way this country is going to go forward, because we all have to understand that if responsible mining does take place as conceived by the Constitution and the Mining Act, it truly is a serious engine for growth. If you wanna find out what I mean, I think the person you should talk to is President Fidel Ramos himself, who, under his watch, this particular law was launched. No, so I think what's really happened is that in the years between the leadership of the time of President Ramos and the current regime, there's been a loss of understanding of why it was put there in the first place, and I think it's come to think of it, a very good idea to actually talk to the people, under whose charge the Mining Act was passed, and ask them what they think of what's going on. Because was it in their radar screen that what's happening today is actually the correct thing? Or so that's my recommendation.
Actually,
talk to those guys.
Yeah. The past has a lot to do with what's happening today.
Yeah.
And on that note, sir, thank you very much for joining us at
You're
Rappler.
welcome, and for giving me the opportunity to say something about what I thought today. Thank you.
Again, we are in the conference on mining's impact on Philippine economy and ecology. It has just ended, and we spoke to specific industry leaders, and we also heard what they had to say about the issue. As we heard, the critics think that it is, well, they did not say that it's impossible to find a compromise, but their priority really is to conserve and maintain the ecosystems and the biodiversity that is unique to the Philippines, while advocates say that there is a good way to compromise. Actually, all we really need is regulatory policies from the government to make this sustainable for everybody. And with me is our Rappler business editor, Lala Ramando. Lala, before we end, what now is, how is this conference important? Will this have an impact on the amendments that the government is doing right now on their EO on mining?
I think yes. This, in the first place, this forum was organized by business groups, PCCI, Management Association of the Philippines, FINEX. These are stakeholders who feel that their voice is not heard. As someone has said a while ago, as far as the crafting of the mining EO is concerned, the anti-mining got more hours with the people who are crafting the EO, while those who are actually industry players, and that includes the bankers, not just the investors themselves, had less time with, and they were just reacting. So I think what they wanted is just to be heard, both sides. So basically what happened is that we pulled people here and said, oh, I think we won the fight, etc., etc. But I think at the end of the day, they just want both sides heard.
And yes, you spoke to both critics and advocates alike. What do you think the general sentiment is here? Are people angry at each other? Are they happy that this forum actually happened? What do you think the general feeling is?
I'm sure Rappler fans have been voting on our mood meter, either happy, angry, sad, or don't care, or whatever. But as far as the general sentiments of people here, they're sticking to, I mean, they're not coming here on a blank slate. They're coming here because this issue is sentimental to them. They're passionate about it. So I think the mere fact that they were given they were given a chance to show off and to debate their positions just bolsters whatever position they had in the first place.
Okay, great. Thank you so much, Lala. And thank you for following us at Rappler.com for the live stream and for joining us in our conversation with hashtag Why Mining on Twitter. It's always great to see how people can join the conversation and can be passionate about issues that affect them and their lives. Thank you for following us on Rappler. Natasha Gutierrez reporting from Makati.